Today. Oh my god, what is that? Oh my god! What is that?
Hey everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video is my review for the 12th episode of the final season of The 100, otherwise titled The Stranger, referring to the stranger that Bellamy has become. The past few weeks I've been saying it feels like the show is back. Yeah, it's Twitter so it's toxic, but I've seen people complaining that our two leads have barely had any screen time, which makes it feel like a different show. I've actually been enjoying the season a lot other than 2 week episodes, but like I said in my review for the vlog, Clarke needs to have more screen time. It was the mid-season finale and we had barely seen her all season. Now we're in the final batch of episodes and Clarke has finally taken back her place as the lead. And it looks like she's at the center of the story as we head towards what's actually looking like the last war between Bardo and Sanctum. The plot of the episode was that after Indra kneeled, Malachi took control of Sanctum and wanted everyone to kneel or die, so he went after the remaining Sanctumites. On Bardo, Clarke and her friends were kept prisoners again as they had to face the new disciple Bellamy, while Cadogan prepared to restore the flame. The storylines finally collided at the end, but so that it makes sense, let's start off with Sanctum. I really love the opening scene. I love when Malachi gets to be a badass, like the ending of episode 9. We jumped into Memory kneeling before Malachi, losing the castle and going to live in the reactor. At least they lived. On their way out, they told Nikki and Nelson to kneel, so Nikki and her army did, but Nelson refused to follow another false god, so Malachi took out his assault rifle and slaughtered the children of Gabriel, then shot Nelson through the head. I thought the Grounders didn't use guns in his time, but whatever. I was really liking Nelson. At least he got a good death. It might seem weak, but he followed his beliefs till his death. His whole thing was about taking down the Prime, so he was never gonna kneel before another false god who would treat him like trash. Malachi ordered Indra to clean up the bodies and scolded Knight for failing to find Maddie and the Sanctumites. Knight revealed that Gaia, Clarke, and the others were also missing and Indra failed to find them, but they did find the Anomaly Stone, which Malachi remembered from his time with the Flame. This backs up my theory that Chehera will be the key, since he does have some memories from the other commanders. While Indra was going over Nelson's body, she noticed that the kid that Maddie likes was alive, and she told him to play dead. She snuck him out, but Malachi told Nikki to follow her. Murphy delivered supplies to the Sanctumites, and why the hell is Trey alive? I thought we were done with him. There was really no point for Malachi to slaughter them if most of the Sanctumites didn't actually die. At least it seems like Alyssa's dead, but this man stabbed them with a candlestick, and they lived. But Lexa dies from one gunshot? Like the idiot he is who follows false gods, Trey wanted to kneel, but Murphy argued that Malachi would kill them for hiding. Jerry believed in Murphy, and Emory was proud of him, which shows how much Murphy has grown and become the hero of the show. Memory were pretty horny, but Jason decided that only Octavia gets a sex scene, cause once again they were interrupted as Indra arrived with Maddie's crush. I found it funny how they called him a kid even though he's taller than them. They took him with the Sanctumites, and Indra warned them that Malachi was after Maddie. After telling Maddie to help her friend, Emory noticed that Nikki had arrived. When Murphy answered the door, Nikki pretended that she didn't kneel and Indra told her she could hide here, but Murphy saw through her lies and grabbed a crowbar, but he wasn't able to stop her. She led him into the reactor, where she saw Maddie, but Emory knocked her out. They tied her up, and Murphy said that if she wouldn't shut up, he would kill her, so Hatch would have died there for nothing. It seemed like he actually got to her, but then it looked like she was trying to escape, but that was never resolved. I hope she does get to redeem herself. It'll probably be by sacrificing herself, but I really like her character. I just wish we would have seen more of the other prisoners, not just Diosa. Back to the castle, Knight made a new throne for Malachi, and what the hell is that? It looks awful. Lex's throne was superior in every single way to this piece of trash. It's way too short, wide, and cheap. Along with the eye patch, it makes Malachi look like a pirate. But why the hell did they get rid of the sleeves? And is the throne supposed to be made out of the children of Gabriel? He seemed to love the throne for some reason, but why is Knight still loyal to him? I thought he was having doubts in episode 10, but now he's back to being OG Echo 2.0. He also revealed that somehow they actually stole the Anomaly Stone. They literally carried it in. Now it's not as weird that Bill took the one from Machu Picchu. Knight told Malachi that Nikki had gone missing, so they went over to the reactor, where Maddie was trying to help her friend who probably had a death wish, so he was refusing to eat in order to starve to death and be with his family. But Maddie told him about her time alone after Primfire when she lost her own family, and we found out that it took 58 days for Clarke to find her, and now she gets to help him, just like Clarke helped her. Memory can't catch a break, cause now Malachi interrupted them. They acted like Emory was mad and Murphy was waiting for her to come back. When he answered the door, I thought this is it, Murphy's gonna die. That's why everyone was saying how proud they were, and he told Emori he would come back. When people say that in shows, they always die. But he actually lived. Their plan failed. Malachi was going to kill the Sanctumites, but Emori threatened to blow up Sanctum if he tried to open the door, since they've got nothing to lose. Malachi left, but he took Murphy hostage. Now on to Bardo. Bellamy arrived as Gabriel was apologizing to Bill for lying about the key. Gabriel low-key flirted with Bellamy, so now we got a love triangle. Dusamy versus Belariel. But Gabriel got sent back with Clarke's friends. Bellamy and Bill sat down for lunch. Damn, this man loves to eat. Bellamy gave his condolences for Anders, but Bill only met Anders 2 times, and that's why he was so shocked to see him again back in the Queen's Gambit. Usually he only meets the first disciple once. He realized that Bellamy was testing him to see if he loved anyone, but it seems like he still loves his family. He might have made this rule, but he hasn't been able to let go of the pain after all this time because he still loves them. Bill said that Clarke crew was going to be punished for killing the disciples, so Bellamy said maybe they could fix the flame and Bill could finally get closure with Reese. If Callie did kill him, then that memory would be in the flame, but Bill still doesn't know that she was only Flamekeeper, not the commander. Speaking of Reese, I've seen theories that he's Shadheda, and that makes no sense to me. First of all, Reese would have been dead by then because Shadheda was around when Indra was a child and she's like 40 or 50. Shadheda's name is Malachi, not Reese, and we saw his true form last season. Malachi was a white man. Yes, he had cornrows, but that's cultural appropriation. He was a white man and Reese is black. Even if Reese had taken over Malachi. And from the ashes, we saw that they show up in their true forms in the mind space, since that's what happened with Russell. So last season Maddie would have seen Reese, not Malachi. Bill agreed to forgive Clarke and her friends if they could fix the flame, so Bellamy went off to see Echo and Raven. Raven was mad at him and hoping this was some act he was doing, but no, he just warned them that they would be executed and asked her where the flame was, but she said she didn't know and wouldn't tell him anyway. Then we got the end of Becho. The whole season Echo had to find who she is without him while grieving him. Now she finally had him back after going on this whole journey to rescue him, and she never lost herself, but he did. Bellamy still defended his new faith and even said it's more important than their relationship, basically bringing an end to Becho. But I've gotta say this was great acting from both of them, and same with him and Eliza later on. In another cell, Jordan was trying to help Hope grieve over Diosa. They kinda bonded over growing up alone and now meeting the people from their bedtime stories, and Hope told him her life story. Jordan pointed out how Diosa died to save Hope's soul so she could be better than her, but Hope wished she wouldn't have. I might be reading too much into it, but I think they're setting them up to end up together and be the start of the better future of humanity. Then we had the most screen time between Clarke and Octavia since Season 5. Octavia said she finally understood Clarke, unlike in Season 5, because she got to be a mother figure for Hope, just like Clarke did for Maddie. But now Hope is just like them. Unfortunately, just like when she had a talk with Raven and Nakara, they were interrupted before Clarke got a chance to talk. Bellamy told him about his vision and how it made him see the light of the shepherd. He believes in the cause because he wants to win the wars they've been in, but Octavia brought up that if they lose the war, then they're gonna turn into crystal like Diosa. Bellamy brought up that only they would die, which might actually be good since, like Jasper said, they bring death everywhere they go. Just look at the cogs. I thought he was annoying at the time, but he kinda had a point. Clarke said this was as dumb as Bellamy's outfit. Call him out, Clarke, he looks like he's wearing a mattress. But he should have said something about that ugly thing Clarke was wearing in Seasons 5 and 6. Speaking of her outfits, I thought the one she has right now was ugly at first, but now it's really grown on me. I like the shirt, and the long jacket reminds me of her Season 3 outfits, which were my favorite. Clarke said she was just lying before about helping Cadigan so that she could save her friend, and even though he was alive, she still lost her Bellamy. He said that he was still the same guy who brought her back from the dead, but Clarke still wouldn't help Bill, so Bellamy told the disciples to put her in MCAP. There was a little douche-me moment, and then the most disappointing part of the episode. The promo made it look like Clarke going into MCAP would be such a big deal, but they didn't even see her thoughts because she resisted. And it was technically torture because the back of her head was covered in black blood. So we didn't get to see Lexa or the radio calls. Since it wasn't working, Bill decided he was going to send her friends to penance, so Clarke agreed to take them to the flame. They opened up the anomaly and sent everyone through, but like Echo pointed out, they were only sending the fighters, and that's because Bill wasn't sending them to Sanctum. He only said he would let them go, he never said where, and he needs Gabriel and Raven to help with the stone. He promised to free them after the war, but now the question is, where are Echo crew? The obvious answer would be penance, since that's where Bill was gonna send them, but that would mean that they would be old by the time they appear again. They're obviously not on Sanctum or Bardo, which leaves Etheria and Earth. I think they're on Earth because they needed the helmet so that they wouldn't lose their memories, and Sanctum and Earth are the slower planets. Also, when Gabriel joined the disciples, the other guy said they had been there for thousands of years, not like 250. So due to time dilation, thousands of years could have passed on Earth, and it might have already recovered. Gaia is probably there too, and that's how she's gonna come back into the story. Clarke took Duchette, Bellamy, Raven, Gabriel, and Bill to Sanctum, and the storylines finally merged. Technically, Bill found his key immediately because they landed in the throne room in front of Malachi, who was playing chess with Murphy. Sanctum has changed a lot since Clarke left, but I'm glad she's back to having the main story revolve around her. Overall, I really liked this episode. We might not have gotten to see Lexa, which disappointed me, but I really liked both of the storylines again. There was plenty of screen time for all my favorite characters. I can't believe Echo and Murphy are a part of that list now. And like I've said a million times, the storylines finally came together. Although he's brainwashed, this is the most interesting Bellamy has been in a long time. He was pretty boring in seasons 5 and 6, and as bad as his outfit is, at least he's shaved, and it's better than that ugly coat he was wearing before, and whatever that hideous fiend was in the season 5 finale. Man, I hate Bellamy's outfits. He should just go back to a leather jacket. Now it's clear that no matter how much he believes in transcendence, they will never be able to get him to let go of his love for his people. Even Bill hasn't done that. Bellamy was still worried about Clarke, Raven, and Echo, so there's a chance he will go back to them before the show ends. I complained last time that they were trying to make us think that Bill is a good guy, but now I think the final message is going to be about the importance of love, which proves that Bill and Malachi are wrong for thinking that it makes us weak, and Lexa was right. The war might actually be a test, but it looks like Bill is actually going to get his war against Malachi. But of course not before the Red Sun suddenly decides to return. But that could mean that Murphy did see the test in season 6. Anyway, I think I would give this episode an 8.5 out of 10. Well, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe for similar content on the show. Leave your thoughts on the video and the episode in the comments. Thanks for watching and have a good day. Goodbye.